and welcome to Trending Tonight. My name is Sanket Upadhyay. Two stories that we are tracking. Story number one, the tragedy in Uttarakhand. We're going to focus on that. This is a battle for lives in an Uttarakhand tunnel called the Tapovan Tunnel. And NDTV's Akshay Dongre is at the rescue site and he'll be joining us in just a short moment. Story number two, the Prime Minister spoke. The Prime Minister spoke in Parliament today, and he spoke at length about the farm laws and the controversy around it, where among the various other things he said beware of FDI. He's given a new acronym. This acronym has a new full form or a new meaning for the Prime Minister in today's context. And he's also said beware of Andolan Jeevis, people who protest for a living, professional protesters. But by making these jibes, the Prime Minister also appealed that concerned stakeholders must come together and we must bring in reform. So can the Prime Minister's appeal bring the stakeholders together, which is the larger point? Let's now quickly go back to story number one, and we'll give you the five news points. Remember, this is still a developing story. The rescue operations are still on. Tunnel is the center of the rescue operations right now. Over 30 people are said to be trapped inside the Tapovan tunnel. In all, 200 are missing as of this moment. That's the information that we have. At least 20 are dead. One body was recovered almost 50 kilometers away. So you can imagine the force with which the water was moving forward. The Chief Minister of Uttarakhand has spoken to my colleague Akshay Dongre, and he says we have full faith till we rescue everyone. And rescue operations are on for 18 plus hours as glacial calving has in fact caused this disaster. Let's now quickly go to Akshay Dongre. Akshay, good evening. It's been a long, tiring journey for you too. And also, this reporting, you've been getting us pictures through the course of the afternoon and in the evening. But it's been equally tiring for those rescue operators also, all those people who are participating in that rescue operation. Can you tell us where exactly has this operation reached right now?
Well, to give a perspective of this entire rescue operation, we have to understand the geography of this entire area. So you can see behind me is the river, the Dhauli Ganges River, which in fact was at a very, very high level yesterday, so high that this entire area, this entire sludgy area that you see right now, it was all submerged in water, and the water brought all this sludge along, which in fact filled the tunnel where the rescue operation is on right now. We are at the site only, and as far as the numbers are concerned, there are said to be 37 workers who were trapped inside, who yesterday were trapped inside that tunnel. And to rescue those 37 people, Army, the ITBP, the SDRF, all these teams are working together to rescue these people. As far as the rescue operations timing is concerned, yes, it has been 18 plus hours and it is going to continue till the time these men are contacted. There is a communication with these men and they are rescued from that tunnel. So to give an understanding of that entire situation, what exactly those men must be going through, we have to understand that there is absolutely pitch dark inside that tunnel. There is absolutely no electricity, no water or any kind of food that has been given to those men who already are scared for their lives and trapped inside those tunnels. And that exactly is the reason that this operation is going 24/7 now. The operation will continue throughout the night till the morning, and we are hoping that there will be some kind of headway, because if we are talking about this particular tunnel, it is very, very long. It is 2.5 kilometer long, but the hope that we have right now is that those men might be trapped inside somewhere around 180 meter deep inside that tunnel, and 100 meter of slush has already been taken out. It has been poured outside, and around 80 meters still left. So to do that, the entire rescue operation will continue for the entire night, Sanket.
All right, Akshay Dongre, many thanks for getting us these comprehensive reports, and you and your video journalists, please do stay safe. Thank you very much for getting us these reports. Let's shift focus now to the other story. As we told you, the Prime Minister has made appeals, but there was a strong counterpunch against all those opponents, both political as well as others. He also targeted, in fact, used words like Andolan Jeevi, professional protesters, for all those protesting in the name of the farmers. What did he mention? The farmers? Well, many people say that he was only talking about the professional protesters. What exactly did he mean and what were these jibes? We have collated 6 counterpunches of the Prime Minister. Let's put them out for you.
लगातार हमारे कृषि मंत्री जी लगातार किसानों से बातचीत कर रहे हैं, लगातार मीटिंगें हो रही हैं और अभी तक कोई तनाव पैदा नहीं हुआ है। एक दूसरे की बात को समझने का, समझाने का प्रयास चल रहा है और हम लगातार आंदोलन से जुड़े लोगों से प्रार्थना करते हैं कि आप आंदोलन करना आपका हक है, लेकिन इस प्रकार से बुजुर्ग लोग वहां बैठे ये ठीक नहीं है। आप उनको सबको ले जाइए, आप आंदोलन को खत्म कीजिए, आगे बढ़ने के लिए मिल बैठ करके चर्चा करेंगे, रास्ता खुले है। ये सब हमने कहा है। मैं आज भी इस सदन से माध्यम से भी निमंत्रण देता हूं, कोई कमी हो तो उसको ठीक करेंगे और कहीं ढिलाई है तो उसको कसेंगे। आप आंदोलन के मुद्दों को लेकर के इस सरकार को घेर लेते हैं, लेकिन साथ साथ किसानों को भी कहते हैं कि भाई बदलाव बहुत जरूरी है, बहुत साल हो गए, अब नई चीजों को लेना पड़ेगा तो देश आगे बढ़ता है। लेकिन अब मुझे लगता है कि राजनीति इतनी हावी हो जाती है कि अपने ही विचार छूट जाते हैं। आदरणीय मनमोहन सिंह जी ने किसान को उपज बेचने की आजादी दिलाने, भारत को एक कृषि बाजार दिलाने के संबंध में अपना इरादा व्यक्त किया था और वो काम हम कर रहे हैं। इन सारी समस्याओं के समाधान के लिए हम तेजी से आगे बढ़े और हम ये न भूलें कि कुछ लोग हमारे खास करके पंजाब के, खास करके सिख भाइयों के दिमाग में गलत चीजें भरने में लगे हैं। एक नई जमात पैदा हुई है, एक नई बिरादरी सामने आई है और वो है आंदोलन जीवी। ये जमात आप देखोगे, वकीलों का आंदोलन है वो न वहां नजर आएंगे, स्टूडेंट का आंदोलन है वो वहां नजर आएंगे, मजदूर का आंदोलन है वो वहां नजर आएंगे, कभी पर्दे के पीछे कभी पर्दे के आगे। एक पूरी टोली है जी जो आंदोलन जीवी है। वो आंदोलन के बिना जी नहीं सकते हैं और आंदोलन से जीने के लिए रास्ते खोजते रहते हैं। इन दिनों एक नया एफडीआई मैदान में आया है। ये नए एफडीआई से देश को बचाना है जी। एफडीआई चाहिए, फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट, लेकिन ये जो नया एफडीआई नजर का आ रहा है, ये नए एफडीआई से जरूर बचना होगा और ये नया एफडीआई है फॉरेन डिस्ट्रक्टिव आइडियोलॉजी।
Let me now go across to Naresh Gujral, Rajya Sabha MP of the Shiromani Akali Dal. Mr. Gujral, good evening. Let's begin with that last comment of the Prime Minister first, where he says, and you know what he's referring to. He seems to be talking about people, particularly from Canada, who are fueling these protests. In the words of the government, you know, we have heard various statements from the government and various spokespersons of the government saying that these people have nefarious separatist designs and they are funding an international campaign against India. So in that context, the Prime Minister calls them foreign destructive ideology. How do you respond to this?
Well, I think any right-thinking Indian would condemn this kind of activity, which is obviously sponsored by ISI and our enemies. So Prime Minister is right when he says that we should be careful, we should be vigilant. But I would say one more thing here, that support is not coming to the farmers only from Canada. Support is coming to the farmers from all over the world, and especially the Sikhs, because they are riled by the fact that their brethren have been sitting in the cold for the last 80 days and yet no solution has been found.
But Mr. Gujral, you know, again, the government will turn around and say, who's to blame for this? Because of late, in the 11 rounds of talks, the government says that we have offered enough. We have offered, in fact, the court has said that this law is on hold. The government has said, if need be, we'll keep this law in abeyance for about 1.5 years, 2 years, so long as we are able to find a solution. So now, who is stuck on getting, you know, his say? isn't it the farmers or the people who are protesting in the name of the farmers? Because that too was mentioned by the Prime Minister.
You know, I think now the time for the blame game is over. Unfortunately, positions have hardened on both sides. The farmers want either these so-called 3 black laws to be repealed, or they want MSP to be enshrined in law. I think this is what their demand is. And the government is adamant that they cannot do so on both counts, and that they're only willing to, for a year and a half, put this in the cold storage. It's a very difficult situation, and I think a situation like this can only be solved through dialogue.
Mr. Gujral, do you feel that if the government offers MSP by law, guarantees it by law, then the farmers must end their stir? Because, you know, it takes care of the big reservation that they have. And also, what do you feel about the Prime Minister saying this again? An assurance again in Parliament, verbal, yes, but an assurance again that the MSP was, is and will remain.
Let me clarify here. MSP has 2 aspects. One is declaration of the MSP, which means for the 21 odd crops, this is the minimum support price. That is one aspect of it. The main aspect is, are you picking up at the MSP? Yes, the government agencies are picking up at MSP, but the bulk of the produce goes into private hands, which unfortunately is not being picked up at MSP. So the farmers are saying, you enshrine that in law, that whether it's the government agencies or private agencies who will come to the private mandis, they must pick up everything at MSP. I'm certain that the moment this is announced, they will call off the stir. This is their basic demand.
Okay, Mr. Gujral, my final question. The Prime Minister used a word called Andolan Jeevi, which means that professional protesters gather at various places and one must be careful. You're smiling. I want to know, how would you respond to this? Do you look at this as a mention of your party?
You know, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, that's his way of speaking in Parliament. You know, he kind of attacks the opposition in this way. He's done it before also. So I wouldn't take that seriously at all. But I must say, I was very heartened by the fact that he paid tributes to the brave and generous Sikh community today. And I hope that his speech today percolates to those who have been spewing hate and who have been spewing venom the last few days, some of the spokespeople both in the social media and the electronic media.
So you're saying that this should serve as a message to members of his own party?
Well, yes, and the affiliates, because you've seen how these protesting farmers were called Khalistanis, anti-national, nationalites. Every possible word was used for them, and I hope this will stop, because this really angers not only the farmers, but every Punjabi, every Sikh, and every right-thinking Indian.
All right. Mr. Naresh Gujral, thank you very much for joining us on this discussion. And before we move any further and introduce our next set of guests, let's quickly take a look at what various members, in fact MPs, are saying in the Lok Sabha, the proceedings of which are still on. They're responding to what the Prime Minister said, some of the reactions that came in.
खुद जाके अमेरिका में जाकर ये कहते कि आपकी बार ट्रम्प की सरकार, हम तो कुछ नहीं कहा आपको, तो ये तो आप कहते थे 18 साल की बच्ची के खिलाफ सारे सरकार जंग छेड़ दिया, सारे सरकार उतर गए, अच्छे बड़े जो सेलिब्रिटी है सचिन तेंदुलकर, लता मंगेशकर, इनको गुमराह करके इनको आप इस पे आपकी ये नारे में शामिल कर रहे हैं। इसको बरगा लेने का क्या जरूरत था? इसको बरगा लेने का क्या जरूरत था? आज दुनिया में बहुत सारे सितारे ये ग्रेटा की पक्ष रख रहे हैं।
After all, this government has turned propaganda and disinformation into a cottage industry. % of rich and successful citizens have become richer, and the pains of the MSMEs have only increased. The courage to use the official channels of the Ministry of External Affairs to respond to social media posts by an 18-year-old climate activist and an American pop star, and everyone else in this country has been portrayed as a coward or a terrorist.
All right, let me introduce Mr. Vivek Tanka, Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress Party, and I also have Mr. Arjun Lal Meena, Udaipur Lok Sabha MP. Thank you very much, Mr. Meena, as well as Mr. Tanka. Let's begin with you, Mr. Tanka. I want to understand from you, how would you rate the Prime Minister's speech today? Was he able to reach out to the constituencies that are upset, pained, or find themselves on the other side?
If I say that in one sentence, Saket, it was a good speech which offered no solutions. We wanted to hear solutions from the Prime Minister. For 80 days, the farmers are protesting. So many have lost lives. We expected the Prime Minister to be a bigger human being, I'll put it this way. His speech was laced with a lot of attacks and jokes, and he's very good at speaking. But the point is, a good speech need not make a good policy. And I'll put it this way, if 70% of mandis are paralyzed, I know for certain on the basis of figures that I've seen on the website. In Madhya Pradesh, out of the 259 mandis, 47 have no business for last 4 months. 143 have seen huge drops as much as 70%. And this is the state of affairs in the entire country, I suppose. So if mandis are not working, farmers are not getting their price, there's no MSP for most of the products, and for whichever product there is MSP, the price that at which the crops are selling is too low. Where is the answer, Saket? People are wanting answers, not speeches.
Sure.
Even on COVID, I would say, he gave a long speech on COVID. Government has done a lot for COVID. But I know you have started a vaccination campaign initially for 300 million, then for 600 million, because if you add 135 crores twice over, it is 270 million. 270 crores, 600 million. So my problem is, if COVID is going to be only a vaccination program by the government, it's not a people's program today, you are not going to achieve targets, and people are waiting for vaccination. And the figures that you give of 58 lakhs today, you find out for 30-40% are dropouts in the campaign for vaccination. So
Okay.
it's good to have a nice hear a nice speech, but when
there's
you
got to
go
be
at the
substance
ground
in it.
level, you see.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Okay,
it. That's my point.
Okay, let me now bring in Mr. Arjun Lal Meena. मीणा जी, मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूँ, अभी विवेक तंखा जो राज्यसभा सांसद हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी के, उनका ये कहना है कि स्पीच बहुत अच्छी थी, लेकिन बस बोला अच्छे से था, क्योंकि वो तो प्रधानमंत्री करते ही हैं, बोलते बहुत अच्छे से हैं, लेकिन उस स्पीच के अंदर अगर बारीकी से जाया जाए तो उसमें कुछ खास निकला नहीं, और वो पॉइंट्स उन्होंने गिना दिए जो आपने सुना।
नहीं जी, मैं बताना चाहता हूं कि आज जो आज महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी के अभिभाषण पे धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव के लिए मैं आज हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी राज्यसभा में जो बोले, उन्होंने जो बातें बोली है, विशेष करके जो पिछले 8 महीने से जो कोविड-19 जो वैश्विक महामारी हमारे देश में और पूरी दुनिया में आई, और किस तरह से उन्होंने लॉकडाउन और फिर जो 80 करोड़ लोगों को ये 5 रुपये किलो जो निःशुल्क अनाज 5 किलो प्रति परिवार को देकर 80 करोड़ लोगों को निःशुल्क अनाज देने का काम, गरीब कल्याणकारी योजना चलाकर गरीबों के लिए उत्थान का काम किया। इस वैश्विक महामारी के बाद जो अभी देश में जो किसान आंदोलन जो चला रहे हैं लोग, उनको उन्होंने परजीवी आंदोलन जीवी का नाम दिया। ये सही मायने में देखा जाए, ये लोग जहाँ जहाँ देश में कोई बात आती है, CAG का मामला हो, शाहीन बाग हो, या स्टूडेंट का मामला हो, वकीला का मामला हो, या कई आंदोलन जहाँ भी होता है, ये इस तरह के लोग पहुँच जाते हैं और ये अपना एक व्यवसाय बना रखा है इन लोगों ने। इसलिए देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जनता को बताया कि ये कुछ ऐसे असामाजिक जैसे लोग हैं, किसानों को भ्रमित करके और एक आंदोलन, एक भ्रमित करने का काम इस देश में कर रहे हैं।
उन्होंने सब किसानों को तो ये चीज नहीं बोली।
सरकार ने,
आपने बोला जो धरना दे रहे हैं उनको उन्होंने आंदोलन जीवी, उन्होंने हर किसी को तो आंदोलन जीवी नहीं बोल रहा है। अच्छा, और दूसरी चीज ये मीणा जी कि आंदोलन जीवी होना ये कहां गलत है? क्योंकि पी चिदम्बरम या और जितने भी सांसद हैं उनसे इस पर बयान लिया गया, उनका ये कहना है भाई आंदोलन करना तो अधिकार है जी, संवैधानिक अधिकार है।
नहीं, सही बात पे ये नहीं, उसके लिए कोई मना नहीं है, लोकतंत्र में संवैधानिक अधिकार है, वो अपना काम करे। लेकिन कोई देश को सही दिशा में आगे ले जाने का काम कर रहे हैं तो उसमें उसका अगर कोई बात है, कोई आपको विसंगति लग रही है, कोई संशोधन की बात है, तो आप टेबल पे आके बात करिए ना। जब 11वें दौर की बात हो चुकी है, जब बात के रास्ते खुले हुए हैं, तो सरकार बात करने के लिए तैयार है। तो किसान जो आंदोलन कर रहे हैं या आड़तीय जो इसमें आए हुए हैं, उनको बातचीत का
नहीं, इसमें मीना जी, इसमें तो एक ही बात सामने आती है। देखिए कोई अगर व्यवसाय के रूप में भी आंदोलन जीवी बन जाए, विवेक तन्खा, आई वांट टू ब्रिंग यू इन नाउ। आई मीन, इवन इफ समवन इज अ प्रोफेशनल प्रोटेस्टर, दैट समवन एज अ पार्ट ऑफ हिज प्रोफेशन डिसाइड्स टू टेक ऑफेंस and decides to protest. I guess even that is I mean, it's not illegal to be a professional protester, Mr. Vivek Tangka. So do you think that this point?
तो बात तो देश के
मैं एक बार विवेक जी से पूछ लेता हूँ।
ये प्रोफेशनल लोग हैं जो जहां कहीं भी छोटा सा कोई बात होती है, वो अपना दूसरे तरीके से लोगों को गुमराह करके इकट्ठे करके आंदोलन का रूप ले देते हैं, जनता और किसानों को गुमराह करने का काम करते हैं।
Okay, let me get in a response from Mr. Vivek Tangka. Yes.
Saket, I disagree here completely with the ruling party's treatise. अगर प्रधानमंत्री जी ये कहते हैं कि प्रोफेशनल प्रोटेस्टर्स ही ये करा रहे हैं, तो ये उनकी गलतफहमी है। लाखों करोड़ों फार्मर्स इस आंदोलन से जुड़े हैं। आप खाली इस आंदोलन को दिल्ली तक सीमित मत करिए। I have seen it in Madhya Pradesh, in other states, in what large numbers farmers are coming out and protesting. I was part of it 2 days back in Jabalpur when thousands of tractors and thousands of people were part of that rally. So it's not as if professional protesters are making a difference. Professional protesters, or whoever the Prime Minister feels are professional protesters, also have a right, because some people have an opinion on most subjects. If they have an opinion on subjects which irritates them or with which they don't agree, they have a right to speak. अगर मुझे पसंद नहीं है फार्म पॉलिसी, मुझे पसंद नहीं है कोई लीगल इशू लॉयर्स के अगेंस्ट कुछ हो रहा है या डॉक्टर्स के अगेंस्ट हो रहा है, am I not speaking?
ट्रू।
क्या IMA के साथ मैं बोल रहा हूं?
मैं मीणा जी से जाते जाते एक छोटा सा सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं। मीणा जी, आप मुझे ये बताइए कि अगर तो ये आंदोलन जीवी ही थे, ठीक है, जिनकी जो आदतन आंदोलन करते हैं, तो फिर सरकार ने बातें क्यों मानी? 1.5 साल के लिए आप कानून क्यों रखने को तैयार हो गए? आप उसमें संशोधन करने को क्यों तैयार हो गए? आंदोलन जीवी थे, बोलते रहने देते।
देखिए, देश में जो वातावरण पैदा हो रहा है, अशांत जो वातावरण पैदा हो रहा है, अगर देश में इस तरह का अशांत हो जाएगा तो सरकार का तो ये कर्तव्य बनता है, अधिकार बनता है और उनकी ड्यूटी भी बनती है कि ये इस तरह का जो वातावरण जो गलत हो रहा है उसको रोकना सरकार का दायित्व है। इसलिए सरकार ने चाहा, अगर तुम्हारे पास कोई मुद्दा है, कोई बात है, कोई संशोधन चाहते हैं, तो सरकार अपने रास्ते खुले हुए हैं।
सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा जो था, मीना जी as well as Mr. Vivek Tangka, I've run out of time. I think the biggest issue of concern, because of which none of this would have happened, was that this bill was passed amid a din and the fact that it was brought in as an ordinance. So the biggest casualty because of which all of this is happening is just one word: trust. There is a trust deficit. And then if there are people who are professional protesters, well, that's just let's just say, a byproduct of what is happening right now. Stopping for a short break at this moment, but news and updates will continue on the other side.